Lee Power. Thank you, everyone. I wanted to talk about today life in the rearview mirror. We go through life and we constantly look backwards and focus on that too much sometimes and not really look about where we're going. It's important to learn from our mistakes and identify opportunities, but not to dwell on them. I got a couple of quotes here. Look at life through the windshield and not the rearview mirror. The past is like using your rearview mirror in the car. It's good to glance back every now and then to see how far you've come, but if you stare too long, you'll miss what's right in front of you. I wanted to talk about a time where actually I had to look in the rearview mirror to see my life. What everyone, I guess if you walk a mile, it doesn't seem that far, but if you actually look at it and you count your steps, a mile is a pretty long ways. Here's an example of what a mile looked like to me this day. I was 16 years old and driving a 1970 Torino, which had some minor technical challenges at times when it didn't want to work properly. I was over at a friend's house up in this area here, and this is in Houston. So we all know how Houston is pretty big and busy. And I was about to leave this house, and the car would not go in reverse. I mean, it wouldn't go in drive. I put it in reverse, it would go back a little bit. Put it back in drive, it wouldn't go anywhere. Reverse, go, drive, no. So what do? Overcome adversities. My only thought was, okay, I'm driving home in reverse.
Oh my God.
So I drove from this subdivision all the way down busy streets and used my blinker, used all the stop signs and blinkers and signals I could to make sure I'm following the law in my mind. Until I get to this intersection. I'm sitting at an intersection that goes under I-45, which would be equivalent to 35 here. Stopped at a red light. And as I'm sitting here in this middle lane, who would pull up next to me? A couple of little old ladies just coming from church. And, excuse me, sir, excuse me. I have my windows down because it's a pretty hot day and my car's starting to overheat at this point. Again, it had some technical challenges. You have something leaking out the front of your car. I'm like, okay, this is what she notices. That I had my radiator overflowing. I'm like, thank you. And I went on my way. Went on down this road, and I don't know, the speed limit was probably about 45 miles an hour, and there's no way I'm going to go 45 miles an hour in reverse. But I guarantee I got well up to 30. And that gets a little squirrely trying to go in reverse at that rate of speed. So I had to slow down a little bit, took my turn, go all the way through our subdivision, and back in front of my house. I go in and tell my dad about my adventures, and he's like, again, what's the dad always say? What do you mean your car won't go in drive? So he comes out here to check, gets in the car, starts it up, puts it in drive, and it goes. Anyways, that was my contretemps experience that day. And so I want to follow up with, there's a reason why the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. When you're going, is so much better than where you've been. Although I love this experience, I wouldn't want to not have had it, but what I did learn from it is there are alternatives in life than the one that you focus on, and take a moment and try to see what the opportunities are. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Greg, I would like to point out that even with the whiteboard covered, he managed to use the word of the day.
And I notated everything. Sorry.